Welcome, Sagittarius, to your Astrodice reading for March. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you. And for those of you who are new, this is where we take Astrodice. And for those of you who are new, this is where we take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope using the Astrodice. Okay. Best message. Got the moon coming out. Got some inner emotions coming out with some Aries energy in the 11th house. So going straight to the moon over here, got some emotions and some sensitivities going on, and maybe the way that people are responding to you or the way you're responding back to them. Maybe it's a little both. But it's a little sensitive with the Aries going on over here. We're in Pisces, right now. So the energy around you is dynamic, spontaneous, crusading, impulsive. Actions are likely. So it feels like the comeback of how you're going to respond with the sensitivity could be a little dynamic. You're going to use that fire, so it could be a little impulsive also to the way that you're, maintaining the way you're doing things. But it does feel like the sensitivities that you have is going to open up a lot of emotions. On the compassionate side, talking about all that water. So you're going to have the compassion with the passion. So this is going to be pretty explosive. There's a lot of emotions going on right there in the 11th house over here. And the 11th house is talking about where the cosmos grants wishes, luck, friends, and social occasions. So the way that people, it's definitely the way that people are talking with you and interacting with you. Is how you're going to be responding. I feel like it's going to be very compassionate, but I think it's also going to be very fiery, stand your ground, not allow people under your thumb, or put you under their thumb, let's put it that way, because it's going to be a little impulsive. So if you feel like someone is trying to throw you under the bus or any of these things, it's not going to happen. And it's really going to be you using that sensitive side to yourself. If you see others trying to do that to someone else, it's going to make you react. Because your reactions are going to be it's going to be a very swift reaction though, no matter what. So, getting straight into the situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. Really standing your ground for your loved ones, for your friends. Yes, with swift, yes. Everything you're going to be doing right now is going to have a swift movement. Like I said, because the responses are going to be on an emotional basis. Anything that you're analytically thinking about, anything that's going to happen, you're going to be swift to come back with a remark, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to be, the communication is going to be swift and active. You're not going to be holding your tongue. Let's put that right. Yeah, anything that's not for victory or for love, for compassion, you're definitely going to be coming back towards that. Because your whole thing right now, Sag, is that it's like, it's pretty much if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, but don't think I'm not going to open my mouth about the situation, because it does feel like that's exactly what's going on. It feels like you have the Knight of Cups over here, so you might have a friend within a social group or, however, that is having kind of a rough time over here. And it does feel like you are really being their knight in shining armor in your own way. I'm really helping them out. So you're going to be very into social gatherings this month and really standing up for your friends, your social circle. Let's put it that way. Because it's about having a good time. It's not about, anything that's not nice, right? So you feel like whoever this Capricorn is, it could be definitely a Capricorn, is guilty of being rude, being mean, things of this nature. And it feels like it could be definitely towards this Knight of Cups. So as you find that there is something going on within your social circle that is not what you like, It's slow moving. It's slow moving action. So it's kind of like, I'm going to say nitpicking from the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is nitpicking at this King of Cups. And you're just not going to handle that, right? So it does feel like in the very beginning of the month, you are going to be standing your ground for your social circle of this nitpicking that has been going on. It does feel like, you know, the Knight of Cups just feel like they are being kind of thrown under the bus, that they are being hurt by this guilty person. And you're just not going to have, that's just not going to happen. Okay. In the mid-month, you have progress and manifestation coming out. In the mid-month, we're talking more about somebody not being as determined as they should be. And when it comes to their emotional responses of the moon. So there does feel like there is a little hiding out. There does feel like there is something that's going on where you're going to actually start pulling back a little bit towards the responses of the way that you're interacting, right? So it's not going to be as impulsive as it was in the beginning of the month, but you're still finding that you have the satisfactory and the progress to continue to keep moving forward within this 11th house. And you do find that the luck and the, you know, and the wishes, and definitely the wishes and the magic over here is really taking place. So there is things that are happening around you that are kind of taking you away from this kind of energy and this, what's taking place in the beginning of the month, kind of putting you into your own little area over here during the mid-month, because you start seeing things coming through. Your manifestations are starting to come to light, so you're more underdetermined to deal with this Empress, who I believe is the Queen of Pentacles. I'm not going to nurture that situation anymore. I don't have time for you anymore. I have my own things that I want to do. So it's really letting go of that situation and not really getting involved anymore. It's like you said what you're going to say. I'm not going to say it anymore. And now you're just kind of walking away from it, kind of burying it, and hoping that the Knight of Cups buries it as well. Because the Scorpio of the Knight of Cups is the Death, which is the Knight of Cups. Or, yeah, the same, Scorpios. Same person is what I'm trying to say. And it does feel like they're also progressing and kind of getting away from that as well. So you could be literally getting rid of somebody within your social circle because they just don't know how to keep positive. They're nitpicking on people, you know, things of this nature. With the Magician coming in as well, it's some kind of action that's taking place that actually hurts somebody. And this is why you're pretty much telling them to exit the friend circle. But you also have this good luck and this manifestation is coming through, like I said before, clarifying on the Magician on that area, because it's talking about 2 and 1. One where somebody is really trying to hurt people, cause problems. And then you have the good luck, yes, which is the Queen of Wands. Wow. So the Queen of Wands is saying there is this prosperity that is starting to happen. It was something creative that you've been doing, something that you have been putting a lot of hard work into, and you're actually reaping your rewards over here. And yes, it was something definitely that you had been working hard on, that you've been manifesting to come through. So it could be, you know, some kind of job that you've been moving towards for the longest time that's actually going to be taking place as well. Wow, with the Ace of Pentacles. So there it is. So, yeah, you have 2 things coming through over here, which is this hope and promise of the situation. For some of you, it's kind of crazy, too, because I also want to say that within this social occasion, I don't know who this is for, but this Capricorn was dating this Knight of Cups. And I think that you like this Knight of Cups. This is for somebody, not all of you. But you're actually glad that they're out of the circle and that they broke up or whatever, and you stood up for them. Okay, because you want to be with this Scorpio. Just saying, right? So it's almost like good riddance to this Capricorn who's guilty of nitpicking, because you're standing up for them because you actually like them, right? So now you feel like your manifestation is more like, yay, now that they got rid of the Capricorn, I have a chance. And boy, do you have a chance. 10 of Cups, because now you can show them the love. They see the kind of love that you've been putting in. I think you guys like each other for a while anyways. You guys are on both mutual standings. And, you know, it's kind of crazy because you kind of see them as the Knight of Cups, as the Knight in shining armor in their own way. But I think it's crazy, Sag, because you actually are the one that came in to be the Knight in shining armor in the end. Okay, so In the end of the month, you have the World, the Nine of Cups upside down, and the Hierophant. Well, the problem is that they're not really feeling the commitment to you just yet, right? You really want the World, and you're really focused on them, and you're focused on work as well, because you also have the Ace of Pentacles, where you had this manifestation of this work, money, and all this stuff coming through. So you are focusing your attention on two different things. But you also have this new beginning where you're trying to focus all your energy and responses of the moon and being so sensitive and loving to this other person. The King of Pentacles, it could be that, you know, the person you're dealing with, maybe it's not a Scorpio, it could be a Taurus. However, it doesn't matter because we have both again. So maybe that's what it is, right? You want the prosperities and the love, and you're still nurturing and still showing them, you know, that you do care about them. I mean, you feel very prosperous, though, at the end of the month as well, holding this pentacle. You are very stable and very self-assured, no insecurities at all. But you don't feel like you're getting the Nine of Cups with this, we're still going to call it Scorpio, the way that you wanted it to. But you have to imagine, you know, they just got hurt by this other person. And if it wasn't like that for you guys, and it was just the social group, you're just not seeing the social group really coming together the way that they were before, ever since the Capricorn was there. And maybe it's just because, you know, everybody's still a little pissy. Still a little pissy because of the Capricorn. So it could be a possibility. So think of it that way. No matter what's going on, everybody's still a little hurt out in the cold, can't understand why Cap did this. What was your intentions? So the commitments and the, you know, to this friendly circle and stuff just aren't coming together the way they were. So if you felt like your social circle, you know, you guys got together every, you know, Friday night or however, whatever you're doing, you just don't feel like the circle is there anymore. Or if you're really trying to go after this Scorpio, in fact, now you had a chance with them, you're just not committed to you just yet. The way that maybe you wanted them to come close to you. Yeah. They're kind of multitasking, thinking, and kind of doing their own thing if that's the situation. Okay, but there's other decisions, and it seems like other people, you know, within this circle, however it's going, there's so much other things that everybody is doing at the end of the month. They've got their own multitasking. They're going to work. It seems like they're doing other things. Yeah. So it just feels like you feel like ever since the Capricorn's not there anymore, that it's kind of escaped and that the circle's kind of getting demolished a little bit. You know, it's like it's kind of taking, you know, because it feels like you want to be there, you know, either with this person and you're not getting it because the Capricorn hurt their feelings and still they won't show any emotions to you, or the circle is just really torn apart. Capricorn really screwed this up. And it's kind of got you in your head because you're like, come on, guys, let's go do what we always do. But they're not doing what they're doing. They're too busy looking out, doing other things, right? Could be, you know, and it just doesn't feel very celebratory towards you. So I just feel like you're going to get a little, you know, nostalgic over here because you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe Cap totally destroyed this whole thing. You know, everything was wonderful until all of a sudden they just became really, you know, nitpicky and bitchy or whatever they were guilty of doing, right? To where they ended up having to leave. So, however it is, my friends, right? But yeah, definitely feeling a little nostalgic about the situation. And if you feel like, you know, Scorpios even kind of not getting closer to you the way that they were during the mid-month, yeah, it's going to be a little nostalgic because you're going to say, wow, you know, I really wanted a chance with Scorpio over here, but they're kind of in their head right now. You know, and they're definitely, we're not all together the way we used to be. So there's definitely this feeling of emotional upsetness and response because it just feels like everything you had for however long has kind of come to a slowdown. Doesn't mean it's over, it just means like it's slowed down a lot, right? You're not doing those things. Okay. It's almost like you're looking out in the world to say, okay, so now that nobody wants to get together and do this and that, what am I supposed to do now? What in the world do I do now? Literally. I'd say no pun intended, but it definitely was intended, wasn't it? Okay, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.